That fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Cook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. The give to the fullback on the dive. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, Sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
47 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Ham, the fullback. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
58, boys, 58, 58, it's Mike. Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this,
Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
58, come on.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Hey, 43, undercut.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 37. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
58, Mike, 58, 58.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Let's send tall, fellas. Let's send tall.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. It's a problem now. It's a problem now.
Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Defense. Let's go, defense.
Mahomes. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll try and run it in with Burton, and he's in for the touchdown, and barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.